Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm Dr. Kevin, and today we are about to do a rebroadcast of Synergy Solutions, the remote group quantum energy healing. And let's make sure the music's nice and low. All right. So, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing great. What you're going to be seeing today, and I'll explain in the video, it's about 25-30 minutes long, and it's a whole session of us introducing, and when I say us, you'll be introduced to the doctors, and you'll be setting your intention, you'll be getting into that place, regardless of where you are, time and space, connect here and now, connect to that place where you're finding joy, where you're finding love, where you're finding that high vibe, if I could say it that way. And that's the key right now. So let me flip you over to the rebroadcast. I'm about to start this, so stay tuned. Say hello in the chat, and I'm going to encourage you. Please give a thumbs up. Please give a like. That way, it's going to connect to more people. More people will see this, and that way, more people will be connecting to the vibe that will have a greater impact. And this is part and why it's called Synergy Solutions. And for more details about what it is and how it works, go to synergysolutionsessions.com. It's in the description. All right, without further ado, I'll stop the music. Let's get the rebroadcast started. Here we go. We are live in the world. We're on 8 different channels. Excuse me. We're streaming Synergy Solutions. So, for those of you that this is your first time, this is a remote quantum healing. That's the fun name I had to give it. We are what's called Doctors of Chiropractic. We practice a style of chiropractic called KST, Core and Specific Technique. And this gives us the tool to learn how to connect at this quantum level, regardless of where you are in the world, anywhere in the world, anytime. In reality, when you connect here and now with your intention, well, you are receiving the benefit of the synergy connection. So with that being said, welcome everybody. Dr. George, let's introduce, where are you in the world? Let's just say your name and where are you in the world, and we'll let people connect.
Yeah, George Rhodes from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
George Rhodes, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Let me turn the music down even more, the way it's easier to hear. Let's try that right there. Nice little, hopefully just enough volume. All right, and Sasha, introduce yourself and where are you from in the world here?
Hello, I'm from the UK.
All right, Dr. Sasha from the UK, and Dr. Beth.
I'm from North Andover, Massachusetts.
UMass. All right, Massachusetts in the house, and Vesna.
I'm in Split in Croatia.
Croatia. All right. Well, we have a worldwide class here. I love it, and I expect Dr. Adrian to tune in at the perfect moment, as he often likes to do. And he is in the Netherlands, and so he should be joining in at any moment. And so hopefully, and if you're in the world, if you're watching, you're tuning in, the chat is open, and I will be seeing it. So I'd love to know where you are in the world. And the chat is open. We're broadcasting this network across many channels. Where are you in the world? Connecting around the world. So I'm typing it in. Where are you from? So Dr. George, if you could do me a favor in
Sure.
your best elevator 30-second explanation. What are we doing here?
Well, been working on that. So what chiropractic is essentially about is more fully connecting you with your source of life. And we recognize how to do that is to get the brain and body talking to each other more clearly. And the brain-body connection can be weakened by being presented with more stress you can handle in the moment. And it causes what we call subluxation. The bones get out of place and start to detune the nerve system. So what we want to do is help your body process some of the stress that's been stuck so that you can grow and heal and repair. And my intention for today is to help people process the stresses we're all under right now, to process those stresses more constructively. Instead of letting it beat us down, let it be a source of food to grow ourselves to the next level, whatever that is. A lot of words, but there it is.
George, thank you. Great explanation.
All
Thank you for letting us understand that essentially when the human body can't process stress is when we have these breakdown moments, when we have these illness states or out of, I could say it this way, dis-ease, something out of ease. When we are in ease, our body is thriving, our body is adapting. When we're out of ease, we are in dis-ease. And if you bring those words together, well, you can make that deduction for yourself. So that's my fun way of getting into the next point. So let's connect. So Vesna, Beth, Sasha, what are some of the things that you would like to talk about, or some of the things that you're addressing in our sessions, or that, if I could add the add to Dr. George's commentary, please, Sasha. I'm going to go with you first. You can even talk about your intention about today, or what in your own words, what is it that we're doing?
Okay.
So there's some different options for you to pick from.
Okay. What we're trying to do is find the priority issue today for the group connected, for the world, for ourselves, and work on whatever issue is the priority.
Right on. And regardless of where you are, your priority may be unique for you. However, there's a wisdom that is life that has a connection within yourself and a connection with us. And that need, that priority will be addressed with what we're doing here in Synergy Solutions. Beth, I'm going to move to you next. You're a little newer to this experience. You've been here, you've had 2 sessions with us. This will be your 3rd. Yep. Kind of give me some feedback, what you've noticed, what your experience, and what is going on here.
Well, it's been a great experience, and definitely after each session, I can just feel the energy in a good way. So that's a great thing. And I'm a human like everyone else, and I get stressed out and don't always center myself. So it's been a help to me as much as my family and all of you in the world. And it's in my opinion, it's all the more importance of being connected to source, like you said, and really just being connected, because it's the one thing that we can control is how we adapt to stress, and we're helping with all that as well. So.
Well, what a great statement. We can control how our body adapts by doing the things such as this intervention, which really works on these subtle energy bodies that we have, these fields of energy. And there's in previous episodes, I've shown the infographic that shows how the subtle energy interacts with the physical body. So this is one of the things we can have direct influence over by the foods that we eat, by the thoughts that we think, by the modalities that we use to help nourish and align our body so we can adapt to the stresses that Dr. George is talking about. Wow, so beautiful. Thank you. And Vesna, tell me, same questions. What is going on here? And please use your own words.
I would like to say trust in our innate immunity. Yeah, that's what comes to me. Just trust in our body, and the body knows best.
The body knows best. Trusting our innate. Now, these are phrases that we can, of course, dive in and have a lot of discussion about. There's lots of information. We can even talk about science about this. But the simple analogy is, in my humble opinion right now, is if I cut my hand by accident or whatever, however it may happen, and if I can get the dirt out and keep it clean, so to speak, the body will take care of all that at that cellular level and subatomic level and all those things that are going on within. And ultimately, at the end of the day, the body can heal. And even the scar can go away over time. So yes, there's a depth and there's a little more nuance to that discussion that may need to be had. However, the essence is, even when you break your arm, you go to the hospital, you get it set, you put the cast on, that keeps that bone in close proximity. Yet what is doing the healing? Well, it's the body itself. And we can have a very intellectual conversation of how that's influenced good or bad, for increased ability to heal or decreased ability to heal. However, we can understand, and everyone could probably agree with, we do have healing capabilities within our life. So this is what, I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty sure you probably agree. This is one of the things that drives me in my physical practice and my studies is I want to know, how do I heal? I want to know how to heal better for myself, and then ultimately for the clientele, my patients and my family members.
Yes.
So Vesna, thank you for allowing me to iterate more on your commentary.
Thank you.
There's so much packed into those type of statements that I want to make sure, I guess I want to help others understand how we got to that kind of analysis using that simple statement. There's always so much packed in there. It's such a rich and wonderful study, and I really, really enjoy that. So without further ado, let's dive into the work. And by the way, I never mentioned where I'm from. I'm from New Jersey here in the United States. And so what we're going to be doing now is setting that intention for ourselves. That you need something to work better in your life. Based on what you just heard, hopefully you're realizing that we need to adapt to the stresses and changing things that are happening in our environment, regardless of what you have come to see, know, and trust. There's this force within us that we can connect to, and we're going to do that right now. So begin to think about what you're wanting in life, what you're creating in life, and how, I may offer, how are you nurturing people around you as well? And if you're having struggles because you're drained or you're just depleted from whatever the reason, this is something that's going to nourish you to help you go outward with your expression in positive ways. And if you need more help, please reach out to one of us. Maybe you know us personally, and you can definitely message us at in one of the chat comments, and I'll help you along the way to get yourself nourished. You can help provide for others, and that's really outflow, inflow, giving and receiving. It's this balance. So again, thank you for letting me riff on a few things. Okay, intentions. So while we're getting ready for this session to begin, we have already begun. In your mind, you're holding those intentions. Take those deep breaths in and out. Let yourself get centered and grounded. And any additions, Sasha, George, Vesna, Beth, please just chime in. I heard we're helping people adapt to stress. I like the word being resilient. That to me keeps showing up. Any other words that pop for anybody, please just shout them out. As people to help others align in that holistic wellness, non-drug, non-surgery approach, what do you guys see as needed?
Trust and faith.
Trust and faith. What else did I hear?
Relax and enjoy it.
It's like a big thunderstorm. Sometimes it's scary, but it passes through, doesn't it? Okay, so let me turn on the light music again, and the doctors will begin to connect and tune in, and we will start doing the work. And that means helping the shift, helping your ability to be resilient, to be at peace, to adapt to the stresses at hand, so that we can go through the storm and come out on the other side better than we were before. Where, if I may add, the storm clears out old debris that doesn't need to be there and allows the new growth to occur. So we are in a place of an opportunity here, if I may say. And if you're just tuning in, we are now starting the quantum healing session with the KST technique. And what you're doing is honing in on your internal self so that you can allow the stresses to be released and that allow your alignment to solutions to be achieved and aligned. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, we're just finishing up the. Okay, thank you, Dr. George. We are finishing up the quantum healing session, and there's a way to identify what, where, and when. And this is the technique we call KST. And if you want to dive in more to that, just let me know in one of the comments, one of the groups. I'll find it, and we'll get you connected to how to learn this information. In fact, one of the best ways to get that is in the comments. You'll see Synergy Solutions Sessions.com, and that's where you get the free, what's called the boot camp. You get 3 downloaded sessions, so you can start to experience it for yourself at your own time and your own pace. But then you get the offer to connect to the group and begin the process of understanding what's actually happening here. And by the way, this is in deep doctorate level, advanced. You know, some of the most newest science coming out is confirming what we are doing here. It's delightful. It's exciting to be a part of this next wave that's actually, I believe, coming out now in the world of healthcare. So that being said, what a wonderful session. So I want to start by saying that. And Dr. George, one of those things that I could just feel it rippling through me. Oh my goodness. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So at the end there, I just felt this great happiness. And there's one of the things I felt at the end, and I tapped up here, it was this revelation that this is a rejoicing of a process that we have yet to see that way as a collective, that this is actually a good thing that we're going through. Now, that's a big stretch right now for me to say that. But we're talking universal time here. We're talking time beyond the time of one lifetime. Anyway, with that being said, let me turn down the music. We got all this peppy music. I was looking for the serious stuff. I couldn't find it. But hey, that's the way it goes.
Yeah,
So,
how about that?
I want to bring an air of respect and honor to each of the doctors, what they're about to say, because there's some real wisdom and knowledge in here that's about to be said. So without putting any pressure on anybody, Beth, I'm going to start with you today. And put you right in the hot seat. And I want to know what you found and what you noticed in our session today.
Yes. So the first thing that came up is fear, the emotion of fear. And I got the stress pattern with that and some cervical adjustments to clear that out. I also got dread. And did some upper thoracics for that as well. But again, I don't know if it's me or everything, but hey, not holding on to it. So those are the major things I got, and I just cleared up from there.
Wonderful. Thank you for commenting. And what I want to add to that, in traditional Chinese medicine, when you look at the what's called the lung meridian and the organ of the lung itself, it has a physical component, it has a nutritional component, it has a toxic component, and a mental emotional component. When you look at the mental emotional component, it's all about shock, grief, dread, fear, the lungs. If you've ever seen anyone who's been scared suddenly, what do? They're breathing in that way. So that energy is being highlighted now. And it's very interesting to see where all the news is for where are people getting sick within the human body. So that being said, we'll let people iterate on that themselves. But thank you for that commentary. Vesna, what did you find? Any insights, any thoughts that came through for you? Please share.
I started with cranial chakra and crown chakra, I mentioned, cranial suture. And then all of a sudden I felt like the wave of energy or whatever. And I was thinking, am I giving here or am I receiving? It was like, so that's where I flew. That's felt like floating in a way, actually. Another beautiful scene.
Yes. Thank you. And it is. And I wanted to say, because I want to honor your statement before I say anything. what I wanted to say is I'm watching everyone, of course, but I'm watching you, and you're just floating away down there, and it's so beautiful to witness you. And the comment, the moment we are giving is the moment we are receiving. I just, in chiropractic, we talk about the safety pin cycle. In other worlds, we're looking at the yin yang, and this is part of the system. It's the immediate, you could look at the circle of life, the karmic cycle, but we're seeing it instantaneously. The moment we engage to give is the moment that the receiving can be opened up. And what I've noticed in you, Vesna, and what I noticed in a lot of KST doctors is they can begin to detect that subtle difference. And that's just a skill that we have the ability to detect, but have we taken the time to enhance our skills? And this is where chiropractors have really done that job, is because we have to learn how to feel with our hands at the most basic level. But ultimately, in our experience, we go way beyond that 10,000 hour mark of expertise. I mean, some doctors, you can't even count the hours anymore of their area of mastery that they've developed with this feeling, with the finest of sensations of their fingertips. So thank you, Vesna. Thank you. And Sasha, please, what were you noticing? What did you find? And any insights you'd like to share?
I got priority was the group of people that are connecting with us today, wherever they are. It wasn't us particularly, and it wasn't me. It was that group of people, and it was grief. Grief was predominant. And Innate wanted me to use the Reiki symbol to clear it. 2 Reiki symbols, in fact. So that's what I did. And
Beautiful.
it showed us it's clear upwards. So it's clear, whatever that means.
Okay, Sasha, I'm sorry to announce that you've been breaking up.
Right.
I caught that you got 2 Reiki symbols, and that you worked on grief, and that's where it kind of started to break up. So if you try again, please.
Oh, right. When I used OD, I got that it wanted to go to the group of people. Am I with you? You can hear me, yeah?
We're still having trouble. So I'm going to ask you,
right.
Sasha. I'm going to
It
ask you.
looks okay here.
That's okay.
It looks okay.
I know it looks okay. So with that being said,
don't worry.
Yes, we're going to have to move on. If you can find time, send me an email with what you maybe you found, and I'll post that at least in the Synergy Solutions group. I'll definitely post that, because this kind of information is delightful and it's wonderful. Sorry. Sure. Yeah, it's funny how it goes in and out. Maybe you're speaking too much truth over there.
I can hear you. I hear you.
And I don't understand why it's not. So I don't know who knows why that's happening. So we're just going to go with that and continue on. Thank you. Thank you, though. Thank you. And Dr. George.
Yes.
Same question.
This time I drew a body frame to look at. And the first thing that hit me was fear. So I wrote down the word fear. It's like, gee, where'd that come up? A few other people said it. And of course, fear, and then I wrote faith across that way, which is what we're aiming for. Mm-hmm. As seems to be the way it goes, I saw a lot of hollow organs to adjust. And I see that as like we're being expanded. My role in this group is to handle that part of the elephant, I guess. So 9 hollow organs this time. Part of which was the covering, the parenchyma, the hollow skin that covers the right lung. So there's the lung bit again. When I got to right ureter, and I saw spiraling energy down, then the left one, and then the bladder, what came to me is pissed off. So there's like grief, fear is kind of translating itself into anger, and maybe other things will happen after that. And then finally, maybe this is what you felt, Kevin, is I took a bead on the atlas from the left side and found the exact spot and just blasted it. And I kind of started laughing when that happens. Atlas, I usually finish with Atlas. It's a good, it sits anatomically right below the foramen magnum, which used to be referred to as the mouth of God. So
very
took
interesting.
the mask off the mouth of God a little bit.
Interesting. It's a great tidbit of information that the opening where the spinal cord comes out of the skull so it enters the body is the mouth of God. And then we call the first bone in the neck the Atlas, which is in, I guess it's Greek mythology, Atlas. Any confirmation? I would appreciate that.
I would say Greek history because I'm Greek, but it's Greek mythology. It holds up the earth.
Yeah, Atlas holds the world. And so where's our world? It's contained in our thoughts. And our thoughts can lead us into all kinds of problems and or solutions. So that's a discovery of the whole thought realm.
Yeah.
And hey, hi Annie, good to see you. So getting some chats on the comment there. And so thank you, George. The hollow organs has been your speciale, and I'm really, the hollow organs helps us process whatever, and we can dive into that conversation later. The whole point being, we're all adapting to the stresses, and now because of this session, we are able to adapt even more effectively, increasing your resilience, finding peace in your life and stability. One of the things that I noticed when I was doing my session was I just felt like I needed to hold my hands, and it was about stability. It was about maintaining some sort of stability, and I can't iterate any more than that. And then Dr. George talked about the Atlas adjustment, and I got to tell you where I felt that was in my whole chest cavity, and how that could connect. Well, there's lots of direct connections we can talk about. I'll just relate a quick story. Yesterday, I just saw a physical diversified style upper cervical yesterday, and their whole body went to ease after that. And
whole body?
The whole entire body, the patient's body just relaxed and went into ease. It's like she took a deep breath after that. Her whole body just had that relax. It's like you could even feel the energy in the room change, just like calmness. And it's the amazing ability when this area, the skull and the first bone, when they get in alignment, there's just so much freedom for life to express. So thank you, Dr. George, for that. Thank you all the doctors for being here. Yeah.
I want one more thing real quick, if I could. The way that the skull articulates with Atlas and the way Atlas articulates with Axis, it creates motion, what we would know in mechanical terms as a universal joint.
That is so spectacular. I mean, it just keeps getting better and better the more you look into it. Thank you, Dr. George. I appreciate you.
Universal joint. Yeah.
Yes.
All
yeah.
right.
So, and today, I hope I'm accurate. I've been talking about it all day. Today's Earth Day. Is that right? Am I accurate on that? Today is Earth Day.
Yeah.
And so
Earth Day.
Now, I don't know if other people around the world talk about this, but this today is about honoring the planet that we all are sitting on and working with and get fed by and get nurtured through. And if you get into the periodic table, the stuff that's in the earth is the same stuff that you're made of. So really, this is about honoring you and nourishing you and giving, giving. How did it all come here? How did it all arrive? I don't know, but I give thanks to that too.
Great.
So that's my 2 cents. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Thank you.
This has been another. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. And so I'm going to show you a few details. Bear with me. And I will share a moment of how you can connect with that on the official. Now, maybe you see it scrolling on the bottom, synergysolutionsessions.com. And just let me pull this piece up right here, and I will show you what we got going on. So hopefully you like what you experienced. If you did like, you got some value out of it, a thumbs up, a heart, type in #value. One of those type of things lets other people know that there's goodness coming from what you just witnessed. And when more people can connect and align their body, align their mind, spirit, and soul, they in turn have a positive effect in their own life. And that in turn has a positive effect in other people's lives. passing it forward. And you've all seen some of those commercials where people hold the door open and smile, and other people then get that effect as well. And when we can pass it forward, it helps people move everything else forward. And it's a little bit of increments each and every day, little tiny waves that get you in better and better positions. So I got the funnel, I got the website here for you. Let me show you what that looks like. And then I'll tell you about the rest of the day, what we got going on. Tuesday night at 5 p.m. We have Transformation Tuesday. I'll show you that. But let's go. Here it is, right there. So essentially, it's loading. We got, let's bring this in a little tighter so you can see everything. You put your email, name and email in there. You get the free downloads. And what the free download is, and look, this is some new concepts. This is some new, for many people, this type of thinking, this type of information has never been addressed before. So be patient with yourself. This is why we needed to give a couple different sessions out so people can experience it for themselves. And I promise you, if you watch these on some type of consistent basis, whether you watch one a day and you repeat and you go through them and watch it for a series of 21 days, or you do it once a week for a period of time, I promise you, you'll notice a difference in your life. Regardless of when and where you connect, the information contained is beautiful. So this is for people that are interested in holistic or natural health care. If you think that stuff's BS, well then, this will work. However, it works a lot better when you have some harmony with it. So if you're interested in holistic and natural health care, a great, phenomenal option for you. And so this is people that, whether they're into the holistic lifestyle already, or they've been beat up, so to speak, by the mainstream system out there. Well, that's why that question's there. You are an individual, you are an individualized individual, and you need to be cared for in such a way. And there's a wisdom, there's an intelligence that inhabits and is connected to all of life that, I know I sound like Yoda sometimes, however, it's the truth. Again, put your name and email in there. Watch right there. Click on this right here's a nice video. It's all about expansion. It's all about removing the interference to you being your greatest self. You can read some of the story, my story about how this got discovered. Read about what we're doing inside the program right now. Learn about what some of the things and let's see some of the things. How this is impacting your personal freedom. How this is impacting your personal empowerment. We're in a time of transformation. And having all these tools at your side to help you shift and maneuver and adapt, beautiful. It's beautiful. These are some of the people I've learned from. This is some of the material I have collected and implemented. And at the bottom here, of course, you want to learn about the Belgian draft horse. I mean, by all means, this is an amazing, remarkable story, and I love sharing this story. These are some of the doctors that we tune in with us. And some more details at the bottom there. And where that goes right now, and I'll just pull it up on the Facebook page. And I'll show you right now where the private members area is, and I'm happy to announce in a few short weeks we'll have a off social media private members area. And I'm excited about that. Bring this thing home a little bit closer. And I apologize for the delay here. I don't know if a million people are half the world's on internet right now, or just I got too many things streaming. So all right. So we're loading. Here it is. So you get to when you get into the program, the membership area. This is where it leads you to the Synergy Solutions private group page. And it should drop you on, it's going to be the discussion or the unit section. And you can see I'm going live right now, and I'm broadcasting it right now. I'm recording it. It's kind of trippy, isn't it? And you can see some of the materials that we post in the past. You can connect to all the old sessions, articles that we drop, and there's more content for the future. And in fact, part of that content is teaching you how to do this for yourself and get the benefits in your own life for your own loved ones, even for your houseplants. It is life. It is life. and I can go into more of the people I would refer to for the science and the data, however it's there. So thank you for tuning in. I'm Dr. Kevin. This has been an open house session of Synergy Solution Sessions, the remote quantum healing, group healing. I'll say energy attunement, energy alignment for your greatest good and that of anyone who connects and everyone who they interact with. Blessings and best regards. I will see you next. Well, I'll see you live on this for Tuesday night, and then Wednesday at noon for another Synergy Solutions. Keep the momentum rolling, ladies and gentlemen. Keep the momentum rolling.